In an era defined by fierce global competition, China's President Xi Jinping is unwavering in his ambition for the nation to ascend as a technological superpower. As the country grapples with a slowing economy and the ramifications of a trade war with the United States, Xi's vision remains clear: China must lead, particularly in advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and military innovation. This resolve was prominently displayed during the recent National People's Congress (NPC) in Beijing, where she sought to rally support for his ambitious agenda amidst economic uncertainty. Throughout the week-long legislative session, she emphasized the critical need for China to bolster its technological capabilities. Only by being more self-sufficient and a global leader in science can China achieve success in upgrading its economy and boosting its military capabilities, stated Jimmy Goodrich, a senior advisor at the Rand Corporation. Highlighting Xi's strategy to replicate the U.S.'s post-World War II investment in science and technology. Xi's remarks were notably orchestrated to present a unified front, with dissenting opinions among the nearly 3,000 Congress delegates becoming increasingly rare. The NPC has transformed into a platform where Xi's priorities are met with overwhelming approval, a stark contrast to earlier years when officials sometimes voiced concerns over pressing issues like pollution and economic disparity. During the Congress, she consistently reiterated the importance of innovation, urging delegates from key provinces to embrace scientific advancements. The Chinese government's budget reflects these ambitions, with proposed increases in spending on science and technology by 8.3%, education by 6.1%, and military capabilities by 7.2%. However, spending on social welfare and healthcare remains relatively modest, raising concerns among critics who argue that the focus on technology may overlook the pressing needs of citizens facing economic hardship. The nation is currently dealing with a declining birth rate and rising numbers of retirees, which threaten long-term economic vitality. Xi's vision for a technologically advanced China is not without its challenges. The nation's economic growth target for 2025 has been set at about 5%, a figure many analysts deem ambitious given the current landscape. The ongoing property crisis and weakened consumer confidence further complicate efforts to achieve this goal. While the NPC discussed measures to stimulate investment and consumer spending, the effectiveness of such initiatives remains uncertain. Moreover, the specter of a prolonged trade war with the U.S. looms large, as tariffs imposed by former President Donald Trump continue to affect China's export-driven economy. The Chinese leadership's response has been to maintain a tough stance, with Commerce Minister Wang Wentao asserting, "If the American side goes further down this wrong path, we will fight to the end." This sentiment underscores the delicate balance China must strike between pursuing technological advancement and addressing the underlying economic challenges that threaten its growth. Despite these pressures, Xi Jinping appears resolute in his approach, showing no inclination to temper his ambitions for China's technological supremacy. His government seeks to rejuvenate the private sector, which has been hampered by stringent regulations in recent years. Proposed legislative changes aim to enhance market access and provide better financing options for private businesses, signaling a shift towards recognizing their role in revitalizing the economy. As China navigates its complex economic landscape, the outcome of Xi's strategic focus on technology will play a crucial role in determining the trajectory of the nation. The NPC has concluded with a clear message: while economic revitalization is essential, the path forward will be paved by innovation and a commitment to becoming a leader in technology. The coming months will reveal whether these ambitious plans will translate into concrete actions that can bolster both the economy and the lives of millions of Chinese citizens. With a leadership style that leaves little room for dissent, Xi's grip on power suggests that his vision is set to dominate China's agenda for the foreseeable future. As the curtains close on the National People's Congress (NPC), China's paramount political event, the country finds itself at a crossroads, with its economy facing significant challenges. Premier Li Qiang's closing remarks echoed a resolute call for an unrelenting struggle as China embarks on a mission to rejuvenate its economy amid rising tensions with the United States, its most significant trading partner. The NPC, which gathered nearly 3,000 delegates in Beijing's Great Hall of the People, was marked by a series of tightly controlled votes and a display of unity around President Xi Jinping's leadership. Delegates approved work reports from various branches of government showcasing a facade of consensus and stability. However, the overarching specter of economic stagnation looms large, raising pressing questions about the future trajectory of China's growth. In his government work report, Premier Li announced a growth target of around 5%. A continuation of last year's ambitions, but a stark departure from the double-digit growth rates that characterized China's rise over the past few decades. This target reflects a broader struggle to stimulate robust economic recovery post-COVID-19 as the nation grapples with a floundering property sector, persistently low consumer spending, and an alarming youth unemployment rate. The economic landscape is further complicated by the potential return of former U.S. President Donald Trump, who has threatened to impose stringent tariffs on Chinese imports. This trade war is described by Chinese officials as a conflict Beijing has vowed to confront to the end. The looming tariffs have deepened concerns about the sustainability of China's economic growth, prompting calls for immediate action and reform. Zhang Yueming, a delegate from Shandong province, expressed cautious optimism about the economy, asserting, "I believe we will have growth in new areas that can tamp down some difficulties." However, the sentiment was not universally shared. Liu Yan, another delegate from Shanghai, stressed the necessity for legislative advancements to support emerging technologies such as autonomous driving and artificial intelligence, indicating a shift in focus towards innovation as a key driver for future growth. In a noteworthy policy shift, Premier Li announced an increase in the fiscal deficit by 1 percentage point, reaching its highest level in over a decade. This move is seen as a strategic maneuver to afford the government greater flexibility in addressing economic headwinds. Additionally, the work report emphasized the importance of domestic demand as the main engine and anchor for growth, underscoring the need to stimulate consumption amid waning global demand. Cultural Minister Sun Yeli noted a modest revival in tourism, attributing changes in consumer preferences to modernization and improvements in living standards. He highlighted a transition from valuing practical aspects of products to appreciating their cultural and emotional significance, which could signal a shift in market dynamics. As China navigates these turbulent waters, it remains committed to military modernization, with a 7.2% increase in the defense budget announced for this year. This reflects the intensifying strategic competition with the U.S., a dimension that cannot be ignored as China plots its economic recovery and geopolitical stance. With the NPC concluded, the path ahead for China is fraught with uncertainty. The government's ability to implement effective reforms and stimulate growth will be crucial in determining the nation's economic resilience. As the world watches, the outcomes of these political deliberations will undoubtedly shape the future of not only China but also the global economy. As the interconnectedness of markets continues to be tested in an era of geopolitical strife, as China concludes its annual National People's Congress, the world watches with bated breath, pondering the future of its economy amid a backdrop of slowing growth and increasing geopolitical tensions. The week-long event, which wrapped up on March 11, 2025, saw nearly 3,000 delegates address the pressing need for economic revitalization, yet left many questions unanswered regarding the government's next steps. A central theme of the Congress was the urgent call to boost investment and consumer spending, essential components for a robust recovery. However, the effectiveness of these discussions will hinge on the Communist Party's ability to transform rhetoric into actionable policies. The looming trade war with the United States only adds to the uncertainty of China's economic landscape. In this context, the absence of Zhou Leji, the Standing Committee chairman, due to health issues, underscored the challenges facing the leadership. The Congress concluded with an overwhelming approval of an annual government work report, receiving 2,882 votes in favor, 1 against, and 1 abstention. Despite this, analysts voiced skepticism about the government's ambitious economic growth target of about 5% for the year, suggesting that the outlined measures may fall short of stimulating significant growth. The proposed initiatives, including a 300 billion yuan $41.3 billion consumer rebate program for upgrading appliances and vehicles, primarily focus on supporting the beleaguered housing market and local governments burdened by debt. Jeremy Zook, lead analyst for Fitch Ratings, noted that while the budget deficit may increase, its potential impact on domestic demand remains unclear. It is uncertain how much of a jolt this budget will provide to underlying domestic demand and reflation efforts, Zook stated, reflecting a cautious outlook on the government's fiscal strategy. In addition to addressing economic concerns, President Xi Jinping emphasized the importance of rejuvenating the private sector, which has been under pressure due to years of regulatory crackdowns. A proposed new law aimed at fostering a more conducive environment for private enterprises was discussed, although it was not put to a vote during the Congress. Experts believe that further tweaks to the legislation are necessary and it may be revisited at future meetings. Xi's vision extends beyond immediate economic recovery. He seeks to position China as a global leader in technology. Throughout the Congress, he reiterated the need for advancements in artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and military technology. As he stated, only by being more self-sufficient and a global leader in science can China achieve success in upgrading its economy. This focus on innovation is critical to Xi's broader strategy of establishing China as a dominant force on the world stage, even as domestic challenges persist. The ongoing trade tensions with the U.S. continue to loom large over China's economic strategies. With the U.S. implementing tariffs on Chinese imports, the Chinese government remains defiant. Commerce Minister Wang Wentao remarked, "If the American side goes further down this wrong path, we will fight to the end," indicating a willingness to confront these challenges head-on. As the world awaits the outcomes of China's strategic decisions, the implications of the Congress extend beyond its borders. The health of China's economy is pivotal not only for its domestic stability but also for global markets, particularly as it remains a crucial trading partner for many countries. Looking ahead, the combination of Xi's push for technological supremacy and the need to nurture the private sector will be critical in shaping China's economic future. With new policies on the horizon and the backdrop of a changing global trade environment, the coming months will reveal whether China can indeed revive its economy and sustain its growth trajectory amidst these multifaceted challenges. In a significant shift in the geopolitical landscape of East Asia, China is methodically crafting a legal framework that could support a potential military invasion of Taiwan. This development raises important questions about the implications for regional stability and international law, as well as the responses that Taiwan's allies might consider to counteract Beijing's aggressive strategies. A recent analysis by military lawyers from both the U.S. and Taiwanese armed forces underscores the urgency of this situation. They argue that China's legal preparations are not merely bureaucratic formalities but are integral to its military strategy designed to normalize the notion of using force against Taiwan under the guise of legality. Legal frameworks shape the way conflicts are justified, perceived, and responded to both domestically and internationally, the authors assert, highlighting how Beijing seeks to influence global narratives to isolate Taiwan and diminish its international support. Central to China's strategy is the One China principle, which it employs as a legal pretext for claiming Taiwan as an internal matter, thus evading the prohibitions against the use of force established by the UN Charter. This principle has been reinforced domestically through laws such as the Anti-Secession Law enacted in 2005, which empowers China to use non-peaceful means against what it deems secessionist actions. The law has become a cornerstone of Beijing's lawfare campaign, legitimizing military threats and coercion. As Taiwan has pursued deeper ties with democratic allies, China has intensified its legal and military posture, including the introduction of additional laws that frame foreign engagement with Taiwan as a violation of its sovereignty. This has coincided with a series of military maneuvers and exercises in the Taiwan Strait, particularly following provocative events such as former U.S. Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan in 2022. These actions have been underscored by the implementation of regulations that blur the lines between military and civilian activities. Complicating the response of Taiwan and its allies. The authors of the analysis emphasize that countering China's legal preparations is crucial to maintaining peace in the region. They call for Taiwan's international allies to develop coordinated counter-lawfare strategies aimed at dismantling China's legal justifications for aggression. The more China's lawfare is exposed and opposed, the harder it becomes for Beijing to legitimize aggression against Taiwan both at home and abroad, they argue, indicating the importance of proactive diplomatic and legal measures. Looking ahead, the potential for further legal maneuvers by China is concerning. The analysis suggests that Beijing will likely continue to advance its One China narrative globally, seeking endorsements and embedding its principles in international instruments. Additionally, China's military-civil fusion strategy aims to leverage civilian technology for military applications, enhancing its operational capabilities significantly. The authors also anticipate that China may adopt more aggressive maritime practices and could claim strait baselines around Taiwan to assert control over contested waters. Such moves would not only further complicate the legal landscape but also potentially escalate tensions in the Taiwan Strait. As the situation unfolds, it is clear that Taiwan's allies must remain vigilant and actively engage in shaping the legal discourse surrounding the cross-strait relations. Implementing counter-lawfare strategies emphasizing the distinction between Beijing's One China principle and legitimate national policies and enhancing Taiwan's participation in international legal forums could prove instrumental in countering China's aggressive posturing. In conclusion, while an invasion of Taiwan is not imminent, the establishment of a legal principle superiority by China could lower the perceived costs of aggression, raising the risk of conflict. It is essential for policymakers around the world to treat the legal environment as a battleground, crafting responses that not only challenge Beijing's narratives but also reinforce the principles of international law that support peace and stability in the region. As developments continue to unfold, the need for a united and informed international response has never been more pressing. In the rapidly evolving landscape of technology, artificial intelligence (AI) stands out not merely as a tool for innovation but as a pivotal force that could dictate the future trajectory of human civilization. As the world grapples with the implications of AI, the discourse surrounding its governance and ethical utilization intensifies. In a recent article by Giancarlo Elia Valori published on March 11, 2025, the narrative around AI shifts from one of competition and weaponization to a call for collaboration and shared human progress. Valori argues that throughout history, every significant technological advancement, from the rudimentary cudgel to gunpowder, has been repurposed for warfare. Yet today, the demand for AI as a collective asset for humanity starkly contrasts with the historical inclination towards militarization. He emphasizes the necessity for nations to prioritize cooperation over conflict, ensuring that technological advancements serve the greater good rather than fuel destructive rivalries. The backdrop of this discussion is the escalating technological rivalry between the United States and China, particularly in the AI domain. A report by the Information Technology and Innovation Foundation (ITIF) highlights China's remarkable progress in various technological fields, including AI and quantum technology. The report indicates that China is now a formidable contender in innovation, with significant advancements in electric vehicles and nuclear energy. Notably, Chinese firms like BYD have outpaced competitors, selling millions of electric vehicles and leading in autonomous driving technology. Valori notes that while China still faces challenges in attracting private investment compared to the US, its rapid development in AI and other advanced technologies cannot be overlooked. The dual forces of government-backed science and technology policies, along with a growing understanding of the importance of innovation, have propelled China to the forefront of the global tech landscape. Moreover, the narrative around AI isn't solely about competition, it is also about governance. In a significant move, Chinese President Xi Jinping proposed a global initiative for artificial intelligence governance, which aims to establish an international framework to ensure the responsible use of AI technologies. This initiative seeks to mitigate the risks associated with AI while maximizing its benefits for society. Valerie highlights Xi's emphasis on building consensus through dialogue and international cooperation, pointing to recent summits and conferences that aim to address AI governance comprehensively. The implications of AI extend beyond technological advancements. They encompass ethical considerations, societal impacts, and the potential for creating greater disparities if not managed responsibly. Valerie refers to the Collingridge dilemma, which posits that the consequences of emerging technologies are often unpredictable until they are fully integrated into society. This underscores the urgency for robust governance frameworks that can adapt to the fast-paced evolution of AI. China's proactive approach is evidenced by its participation in global discussions and initiatives. Illustrates its commitment to shaping a cooperative future rather than one dominated by fear and mistrust. The establishment of a global governance framework for AI as proposed in recent international forums aims to foster collaboration among nations, ensuring that AI serves as a means for human progress rather than a weapon of division. As the world stands on the precipice of an AI-driven era, the challenge lies in harnessing its potential while safeguarding against its risks. The call for a unified, people-oriented approach to AI governance resonates deeply in today's geopolitical landscape. The future of AI and indeed humanity hinges on our collective ability to navigate these challenges with foresight and cooperation. The developments in AI governance and international collaboration are set to unfold in the coming years, with the potential to redefine global relations and the fabric of society itself. As nations engage in this crucial dialogue, the hope remains that AI will be a catalyst for positive change, steering humanity towards a shared and prosperous future.